Hi everybody, welcome to the fifth and final episode of the IX Studio Substance Painter course. In this episode, we're going to be covering the final steps inside of Substance to get our usable textures inside of Roblox. In this episode, we're also going to be covering topics that I forgot to touch on in previous episodes. Now, let's talk about the final step, exporting our textures. What you can do is you can go to the top left, File, Export Textures. First thing you'll notice is the output directory is not where we want it to go. So what you want to do is you want to click on that and set it to the right directory. And the output template is PBR Metallic Roughness. Now we could use this for Roblox, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a custom Roblox output template. To create a custom template, what you're going to want to do is you want to go to the Output Templates tab, and then hit the plus sign to add a new one. Now that we have that, let's rename it to Roblox. I've already made a Roblox template before, so we can look at what I've done there, and then do it in the new one. Roblox uses the color map, the normal, the roughness, and the metalness maps. Now what we can do is we can add in an RGBA map, which will be the color map. An RGB for the normal map, a grayscale for the roughness, and another grayscale for the metallicness. Let's add those into the new template. I'm going to hit the little dollar sign. What this does is it takes the FBX object name and uses that as a name for the textures. What I'm going to do after that is I'm going to do underscore base color to denote which map that is. I'm just going to copy and paste the top one into the bottom three, and then I'm going to change this up. If we were to try to export this now, the maps would be blank. We need to plug values into the export template. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on drag on metallic and move it over to the grayscale, and then hit from gray channel. Now let's do the same for base color. Plug opacity into the alpha of the base color channel. Plug normal OpenGL into the normal map. Now finally let's plug roughness in. That should be everything. Now let's change the output template to the new one that we've created. Hit export. Now let's check for our texture. Let's cover a topic that I didn't cover properly. The shader settings. I started this project on the PBR Metallic Roughness shader. It's a fine shader to use, but it doesn't include all of the maps that we could want. So let's go and change the shader right now. Using different shaders allows you to use different channels. For example, if we use the PBR Metallic Rough with Alpha Test, it will allow us to paint opacity on our mesh. If I left it the same, I wouldn't be able to paint opacity. Suppose I wanted to paint a transparent hole in the mesh. But when I click on the layer, opacity isn't an option, so here's what I can do. I can hit this little plus sign, and then hit opacity. So now we have opacity in our layer stack. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the layer, alt click on opacity, set it to black, and now we can start painting holes in the mesh. Press X to invert which color you're painting. You can also just erase. When you export this out, the opacity data will be in the alpha channel of the base color map. This is very useful for like frayed edges of cloth, the edges of carpets, etc. It's good for when you don't need the hole in the geometry and you can just paint the hole in the texture. Now that we've covered that, I think that's practically everything we should cover. We're all ready to go. That concludes the iX Studio tutorial series. Thank you for watching, and I wish you good luck on your adventures.